Hello, future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. There is another video about solve problems in statics, particularly on the topic vectors, the applications of vectors. I hope that through this video, your knowledge in statics will be further enhanced and you can do solve problems by your own in statics. In order for you to be good engineering students, particularly civil engineering, if you want to. So here is the problem. Resolve part A, resolve the force F, which is equal to quantity 40I plus 60J plus 100K newtons into two components. One perpendicular to the plane of ABC. This is the plane ABC. By the way, in this drawing, the original figure would be colored white and orange. The rest are additional drawings, annotations created so that this problem can be, or this problem is presented in a manner understandable to all. The other lying in plane ABC. Then the second question, this is the challenging part. How far is the point D? 8, 9, 10 meters from the plane ABC. So this is the plane of this wedge. Then solve this part into two ways. Actually, for the first part, you can solve this in a variety of ways, three in particular. So I'll present just one, centered at A. You may consider the problem, solve it again with the free vector of this cross product of the position vectors at B, then at C, so that you can master the applications of vector multiplication. So first, I have to define RAC, so it should be RAC cross F, so that your right thumb will be positioning in that direction, in the same direction as F. Take note that F have positive components, so this should be the direction of F because it is positive. The components are positive. So RAC, A to C is along X, 2 backward, then along Y, it is in the positive direction 6. Then there's no movement along Z. Therefore, in vector form, RAC is negative 2I plus 6J as shown here. Then RAB, this vector here, is going backward 2, then upward 5 along Z. So therefore, in vector form, position vector RAB is equal to negative 2I plus 5K as shown here. Then we evaluate the cross product between AC and AB. In your part, as I said, you can have RBA cross BC. You can also have RCB cross RCA if you want. I want you to solve that way and compare the results. So RAC cross AB is equal to, so first for I3, 6 times 5I, so that's 30I, then minus 0 times 0, so it's 30I only. Along J, we have 0 times negative 2, so 0, then minus 5 times negative 2, so minus negative 10, so we have positive 10J. Then along K, negative 2 times 0K, that's 0. Then minus negative 2 times 6, so that's minus negative 12 or positive 12K. So units meter square. Then the component of F in the direction of this vector, because cross product is another vector perpendicular to the plane of this triangle surface. So AC cross AB is another vector perpendicular to the plane in that direction. So it is this component along this direction is f sub t, tangential component, tangential to this direction. So it is f cosine of theta. Take note. So f cosine theta, or f cosine of, it may be cosine of beta, but I just call it f cosine theta, where theta is the angle between f and this direction, supposedly. So RAC cross, it is equal to RAC cross RAB dot F is equal to, by definition of that product, magnitude of quantity RAC cross RAB times the magnitude of F times the cosine of the angle between them. So we are interested of this component, orthogonal component, which is the tangential component, F cosine theta, or the component of the force in that direction. So Ft is F cosine theta, derived from this expression here. So it is quantity RAC cross RAB dot F divided by magnitude of RAC cross AB. So substituting RAC cross RAB is quantity 30I plus 10J plus 12K, then dotted with the force vector, which is quantity 40I plus 60J plus 100K, then divided by magnitude of RAC cross RAB, which is square root of 30 square plus 10 square plus 12 square. And it is square root of 1144. So take note of that. Then, by expansion, 30 times 40, I dot I is 1. So we can only remember the definition of that product. So 30 times 40 plus 10 times 60 plus 12 times 100. So that would be 88.697 newtons, the magnitude. Then if we write this in vector form, we multiply this by the unit vector of this direction, which is RAC cross RAB, the direction perpendicular to the plane. So it is equal to 78.67 I plus 26.22 J plus 31.47 K Newton. So this is the component perpendicular to the plane of ABC. So that's for the first part. Then for the component perpendicular to the plane ABC, so we observe here that there are two possibilities for the components perpendicular to that direction. So I'll call that FNs. So one may be in that direction and the other in the opposite direction. So we just focus on this first. So take note that the sum, because these components are perpendicular, then the sum, the vector sum of the tangential component, or Ft, and the normal component Fn is equal to the vector F. So Ft plus the n component, normal component, or the component lying on the plane ABC, is equal to F. So therefore, the component lying on the plane is equal to F minus Ft. Since we computed already the tangential component, the tangential component is clear that it should be in the direction of F. So since F have positive components, then so too with the tangential, or the component perpendicular to the plane. So simplifying, that would be negative 38.67I plus 33.78J plus 68.53K newtons, and that is represented by this vector here. But this is also perpendicular, like this component is lying on the plane, but in the opposite direction. So therefore, this is also possible. The other possible answer is the negative of the first. So 38.67I minus 33.78J minus 68.53K Newton. So these components lie on plane ABC. So that's it for that case. Then for this problem here, how far is the point quantity 8, 9, 10 meters from the plane ABC? Solve this part into two ways. So for this part here, here is the solution. We already have this vector, and we define another vector from this point A here to AD. You can, as I said, make B the center, C the center, and define RBD another vector and RCD another vector, and solve this problem again and compare the results, the answer here presented. So the idea is, after we define this vector and this another vector through A, then we can form this right triangle, and the distance, we call that the nearest distance of the point 8, 9, 10 from the plane ABC is denoted by this D here, and from this right triangle, it is equal to D, which is the magnitude of RAD, times cosine of beta from that right triangle. And this expression can be derived by dotting RAD with this vector RAC cross RAB, or vice versa, because that product is commutative. So this is the first way. RAD dot quantity RAC cross RAB is equal to, by definition of that product, R magnitude of RAD times magnitude of quantity RAC cross RAB times cosine of beta. And we note that this distance D of the point from the plane ABC, or the nearest distance of that point from the plane ABC, is this expression RAD cosine of beta. And therefore, we can derive D, which is equal to RAD, vector RAD, dotted with another vector, the cross product of AC and AB, divided by the magnitude of RAC cross RAB. We already evaluated this, so let's define RAD. From the figure, RA to D, so terminal minus initial. So 8 minus 2 is 6i, 9 minus 0 is 9j, then 10 minus 0 is also 10. So we have 6i plus 9j minus 10k, that's the position vector RAD. So substitute into this formula here, RAD dot R quantity RAC cross RAB divided by magnitude of RAC cross RAB, which we already computed from the preceding problem, from the first part. So 6 times 30 plus 9 times 10 plus 10 times 12 divided by square root of 1144. That distance, which is nearest distance of the point 8, 9, 10 in meters from the plane, is 11.53 meters. So that's for the first part. The second part is the idea of computing distance from a point to a plane. So the distance from a point to a line is derived in analytic geometry and also in my playlist in Engineers in Progress, particularly in algebra, is absolute value of, for point, distance of a point from a line, AX, absolute value of AX1 plus BY1 plus C all over square root of A square plus B square. So the distance of a point from a plane is equal to absolute value of AX1 plus BY1 plus CZ1 plus constant D all over square root of A square plus B square plus C square. So let's have the equation of the plane. The general equation of a plane is quantity AX plus BY plus CZ plus D equals 0. And that is patterned from the general equation of a line, which is AX plus BY plus C equals 0. So this is the formula, this is the general equation of a plane. Now for this general equation of a plane, if we divide everything by capital A, so that the coefficient of the first term x is 1, and b over a is another variable, so I'll just call that small b, then y plus c over a is small c, z plus capital D over a small d equals 0. So we can reduce the general equation of a plane into this form, and the other one standard form or intercept form is x over a1, the x-intercept, plus y over b1, or bi rather, ai plus y over bi plus z over ci equals 1, intercept form patterned after the intercept form of a line, which is just x over ai plus y over bi equals 1. So since this is three-dimensional, so that's why we extend it to the third component z over c sub I equals 1. So given a x-intercept from this figure 2, y-intercept 6, and z-intercept 5. So that's it. You may also use this general equation, and there are three conditions here, the 3 points. Substitute the values of the 3 points, then evaluate small b, small c, and small d. It will give us the same results if we use this intercept form. I just use this intercept form because it's more direct. So we have x over 2 plus y over 6 plus z over 5 equals 1. Multiply everything by 30, which is the LCD. Then we have 15x plus 5y plus 6z equals 30. Substitute into the formula here. So a is 15, then x1 is the x-coordinate of the point 8 plus 5, y1 is 9 plus 6, z1 is 10. Then if we transpose this constant 30 to the left, it is negative 30 all over square root of 15 square plus 5 square plus 6 square. And if you evaluate that, that's the same answer as 11.53 meters. Notice that the numerator here, just solve for the numerator divided by denominator, and it is equal to 11.53 meters. So that's it for this video.